Okie dokie artichokes, it's time for 2025 wrap up. I have some talking points so I don't forget anything. We're going to do an overview of the year. I'll talk about the performances, the recordings themselves, my thoughts on songwriting and how it's evolved, what 2026 holds for me, and I'll end with my challenge to you. So, my goal this year was to release an original song every week. I did it. I posted a visual yesterday of the song type. So something old, songs I had completely written, something new, songs I wrote just this year, something borrowed, song request ideas, and then something blue, little snippets of songs that I had previously that I finally finished this year. And I would argue those would probably not exist without this year, nor would the old ones really be heard if not for this year. So all in all, 32 brand new songs, but 52, if you haven't heard it, it's new to you, songs. And it was helpful to have the different options. I blew through a lot of the already done songs right away, which in hindsight was a huge mistake, because by the time I got a few months in, after the excitement had worn off, I'm like, oh no. Although I did keep thinking of some old songs or snippets, but having the song request to draw from was really helpful. I tried to release a song every Wednesday so that even if I wasn't prepared then, I still had Thursday, Friday, Saturday if I really needed it, which I did a couple times. And once I got to a Wednesday and had nothing, and then that's how we got the song, Nothing, because you write what you know. And there were definitely moments I was feeling over it because I was pregnant for half the year. So after, literally creating a little human body, the thought of like creating something else was not very appealing in the summer months, but I still pulled it off, and I'm excited to be able to tell him that he was here for half of it. But besides pregnancy, the hardest and bravest thing that I did this year was grow out my above eyebrow bangs week after week throughout the whole year, so everyone gets to see it. First time I did it, it was COVID and everyone was just hiding, and I emerged with grown out bangs, but this is a real play-by-play. So that was also a thing I did. The recordings themselves. So I did not have anything written down. So I had to remember chords, lyrics, song structure, right? Like, how many times do I repeat the chorus? Is there a musical break here? And it's not like I could ask anyone because it's all from my head. And so that, with playing and singing, that's a lot. I'm not good at a lot of things. I can't read maps. I don't have a lot of like spatial skills. I'm not great at sports, but that's one thing that I can do really well. And it was taxing to do all that week after week. So there gets to be a point where it just has to be good enough in the recording. Like, and if and when I make a mistake, it just has to be small enough that I can live with it. So if you listen not even that hard, you will hear at least one mistake in every recording, because at some point it's just diminishing returns and we just got to call it, and it's good enough. Really embracing the type B person in me that wants to be in charge a lot more than Miss Type A. So good enough. And in terms of songwriting, my favorite way to write a song is when you feel like lightning struck and flowed through you, you're just a conduit and you made this thing and it's so cool and rad, and you're like, I don't even feel like I did that. It just happened. That's great. That's ideal. It can happen like that, especially if I'm like on a road trip or driving. That's usually when that kind of flow state happens. Worst case scenario, it feels like a chore. And it definitely did a few times this year. There were times I'm like, if I wasn't doing this, if I hadn't set this challenge up for myself, there's no way. I do not feel like creating right now. So that was interesting. But again, having those different options was helpful when I would get in that stuck place. With song ideas or song requests in particular, sometimes I had an idea for how a song would go, and it would go exactly that way, right? Like you're watering with the hose and you have your thumb on it and you're like, there, there, there. Sometimes it's like I had a plan, but then Dennis the Menace like turned the hose on full blast and it's just spraying everywhere in the driveway, and I'm like, and then the song turned out not at all, or just really not how I thought it would. I'm like, oh, okay, that's just how it is. So being okay with that feeling of like not always being in complete control, and then actually realizing like those are some of my favorite songs, the ones that kind of took me by surprise, that did not go how I thought they would. So maybe there's a metaphor on that. 2026 for me, number one goal is keeping a human baby alive. He's coming in February. So maybe some like mommy and me content. Do we need more of that? I don't know. Maybe some nice recordings of some of my favorite songs, some covers, some collabs. It's all like side quest time. I'm gonna leave the page up and keep music as part of my life. It just will look very different, especially I'm sure in his first year. If you have any ideas, let me know. And speaking of you, dear listener, my challenge for you in the year 2026 is whatever creative thing in you, if it's artsy, if it's creating something, photography, painting, writing, music, baking, whatever thing in you that brings you joy that you can create and share with the world, share it, would you? If you're not already, and if the only reason that you're not sharing it is because you're worried about what someone might say, with all love, get over yourself and just share it. There will always be critics, but when we share our talents and things that are important to us and things that make us light up and come alive, we can, at the best, literally save someone else's life, and at the second best, change their life for the better, right? I can think of moments where I've struggled and heard, Sarah Bareilles' Brave, and I was like, okay, yeah, I can make a brave choice now, and to be inspired, or at the very least, just have your day brightened. Yeah, let your little light shine and do and share things that are a little scary, but that light you up, because I think it's John Piper said something to the effect of, the world needs more people that are fully alive. So do that thing, share it, and then let me know, and I'll like your stuff. Thank you for sticking with me this year, and thanks for the encouragement and the support, and that's a wrap.